Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the Werff Report for January 9th. Keep America vigilant. To 23. Shocking concessions. After 15 votes, Kevin McCarthy became Speaker of the House over the weekend, as Jim Jordan is appointed chair of the House's newest and most important Select Committee. Marjorie Taylor Greene makes what appears to be a staged appearance to fulfill some sort of agreement with rhinos to publicly recant things she has historically fought against, including certain conspiracy theories and even that Joe Biden is president. Pfizer donates $1 million to the Mitch McConnell building in Kentucky. Maricopa County launches its own investigation into recent elections. The U.S. Supreme Court declines the Brunson brothers election case. Jair Bolsonaro is rushed to the hospital for abdominal pain in Florida as protesters stormed the National Congress and Supreme Court in Brazil, and General Flynn is reinstated on Twitter. After 15 votes, Kevin McCarthy has become Speaker of the House in the new Republican majority. Ultimately, Gates and others who held out ended up voting present, which gave McCarthy the win, 216 to 212. When asked why he changed his vote, Gates stated, quote, "I ran out of things I could even imagine to ask for." McCarthy actually gave a good speech later in the evening, vowing to fight for the American people on many key issues, and said one of the first orders of business was to defund the new 87,000 IRS agents and hold hearings on the southern border. During his speech, he stated, quote, "From the committee rooms to this floor, we commit to pursue the truth passionately and embrace debate. No more one-sided inquiries. Competing ideas will be put to the test in public so that the best ideas win." He did in fact say some great things, but was he bluffing? Much of what got McCarthy elected as Speaker were his concessions, promises to put his critics at ease in exchange for votes. For example, members of the House Freedom Caucus received commitments to be added to the Rules Panel, which uses tremendous power by setting the terms of debate and is usually used as a tool of the Speaker. He also agreed to lower the requirement to bring a motion for a no confidence vote against the Speaker to just one vote, meaning just one person could bring about the motion to remove the Speaker. He also agreed to floor votes on term limits and border security. There were others, but probably the most important concession was to set up a committee on the weaponization of the DOJ that would have, quote, "sweeping investigatory powers that include explicit authority to review ongoing criminal investigations." But was all this talk in order to obtain the gavel? Did he lie? Something McCarthy said in his speech should have sent chills down the spines of those who were convinced to help him get elected. He stated, quote, "As Speaker of the House, my ultimate responsibility is not to my party, my conference, or even our Congress. My responsibility, our responsibility, is to our country. No one gets promised anything." Was this a big FU to those who opposed him? A massive retracting of everything he promised in order to become Speaker? We shall see. We will say two things, however. Speaking to reporters, McCarthy gave President Trump the credit and said that people underestimate Trump's influence. Maybe he learned his lesson. The news also broke today that Representative Jim Jordan will chair a new select committee focused on the weaponization of government in four main areas: the collusion between the Biden regime and big tech, the politicization of the FBI, the DOJ's targeting of parents at school board meetings, and Anthony Fauci. Go get him, Mr. Jordan. He is just the right person for the job. Is McCarthy bluffing, folks? We shall see. As I always say, the proof is in the pudding, and we'll be watching him very closely. Now to Fox, where a bizarre interview which appeared to be staged in order to satisfy some backdoor agreement between Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Swamp left viewers stunned at Greene's admissions. From this point on, we're not allowed to say or show you what we're about to on this platform, or will almost certainly be punished for it. For those of you that have been with us from the beginning, you know that YouTube had previously labeled our content as, quote, harmful to the public on at least 2 separate occasions. So please, join us for the rest of this segment at thewerffreport.com, where we can say exactly what we want without fear of censorship, suppression, or the banning of our account for only $1.99 a month or $15 for an annual subscription. Your support helps us do what we do. See you there.